So what's the Grape Explorer talking about today? So we are on our trip to Champagne, and we had our visit with Alexander Penet, but now we want to also highlight all the champagnes that we actually tasted here, because there's quite a number of champagnes. We have a lot of questions to ask, and who should we have here is the export director. We have Darren Sadik, who is the export manager, and I'll tell you right now, he is a lot more knowledgeable of champagne than I, because I on the technical side, he was explaining a lot of things that obviously when you're learning about champagne and you want to talk about champagne, there's many facets of how champagne is actually made. So that's why we're here. We're tasting the range, and what we wanted to highlight on our first episode here, our first video, was this entry-level range. So Darren, explain to us a little bit about not only Penet champagne and the range, but tell us why is there a range? Why is there such this diverse range in what the house style is, or
yes.
what their process is?
This is definitely due to Alexander and his constant quest for discovering the aspects of terroir in champagne that he can find, and so he initially wanted to separate the house, if you like, the two brands. He brought his own brand out, Alexander Penet. These wines are generally younger, fresher champagnes, grade 4, the aperitif. Basically treating the champagne as most people today treat it, celebratory or not, starting off and wetting the whistle, if you like. We've got the first three here. They're all in stainless steel, the vinification, and they're dominated by the Chardonnay grape. This one is actually a 100% Chardonnay Blanc de Blanc. It's a Premier Cru, and it's a 2015 vintage, and that's what we're sharing at the moment.
And this is absolutely delicious, by the way. So Blanc de Blanc, 100% Chardonnay, and is this a blend of different regional zones here, because we are in Verzy? So
yes, but from a Premier Cru village as well.
Okay.
These grapes come from, but we're really focused on a lot of minerality.
And you do get that expression. You get the mineral tone on these wines, which is kind of the house style. So we were discussing Penet. Is really they're looking for fruit, but also that mineral kind of aspect. And this is from 2015. So
15, but still incredibly fresh. The house style is definitely that, fresh champagnes, lots of fruit-forward styles, lots of minerality.
Beautiful balance in these wines.
Wonderful balance as well, but low dosage of sugar. The objective of that is to really reveal those characteristics of the terroir. We've got everything from our entry levels to a perpetual reserve range that we have here. These wines have every wine since 2008 going in there. So every year we put wine in from the harvest, and every year we take wine out to make the champagnes. This type of perpetual reserve. We then move on, we have the Penet Chardonnay. This is the more traditional brand of the house. Today this brand is more gastronomical in its style, and it's great for pairing with food. We've got our non-vintage Terroir Essence range here. Then we have single vineyard champagnes, and even a single village champagnes. These are really focusing on the terroir. Here we have individual plot wines, really showcasing what is special about that plot. And then these ones, or this one in this case, it is a single village wine from our best plots in Verzy, vinified in oak. Delicious, different vintages.
And as we were discussing with Alexander, there's very few people who do single vineyard designations on their bottles, so it's quite unique. I also wanted to talk about these back labels. Now, this is something that is quite unique in champagne, because we usually, when I see a bottle of champagne, whether it's Vauclicot or Moët Chandon, they put nothing on the back of the label, so you have no idea where this is coming from, what's the vinification. But you guys go to a great, if you want to say, extension of the back label to explain everything on there. That's kind of unique in Champagne. I mean,
You're
you don't
right,
see too
David,
many
you're
people.
right. I mean, look, on these larger house bottles, often you have the story of the house on the back of the label. And here at the Maison Penet, Alexander didn't want that. He wanted the story of the wine
Right.
on the back label. And so whether you're a wine geek and you love that type of information, or if you're just on the path of discovering grower champagne and you say, oh, I really like this bottle, then you can look on the back, find out, well, why do I like this bottle? What are the characteristics that make it the style of wine that I like? And now we put everything on the bottle, from the number of the bottle, when it was harvested, when it was put in its bottle, when it was disgorged, how much sugar goes in there, the type of slope, the altitude, the types of grapes, the vinification. All of that information can be found on the back label. It's probably the most complete back label in Champagne, and consumers love that because it's just giving you an opportunity to learn more about what you're actually consuming.
That's beautiful. Again, this is a Grape Explorer talking about great, great champagne.
Cheers.